Okay, so this video will be about OTAing a device that I've been working with its equivalent for a while in the past, and I flashed ARM trusted firmware and a new bootloader, and there are a lot of shenanigans there that I talk about in one of the courses that I'm running, and perhaps I will post some more things here, but we can see that like this is like a device. This is Weston. It runs some OpenGL stuff, and it's AMLogic based. It's a S905W, which is a version of S905X that is supposed to have a 1.5 gigahertz frequency, but really has 1.2. And this is like one of the devices that I have here, and I hacked like a serial, like in a very hacky way, and with like this nice Arduino loopback trick to have like a UART. So this is running, this is nice, it does all kind of things, the entire code is like on the PscgBuildOS, and what we want to do is essentially to show how we do like OTA. So let me go ahead and work and show you that. So the idea is that I have like the OTA service that I talked about it also like in other project, but now we actually have like a real device. Okay, so I'm going to, just for fun, do a journal control, and there is a way to have it colored. I forgot what it is, and never mind. But actually I think it is also going to print like to the screen, or this is what it does on like the other, on the busyboxos or the other one. So I added something so it will be a little bit easier to see when I create like the devices. Like I put it like on the readme of like the OTA project, and somewhere here I gave instructions after like seeing the manifest. This is bootloader. I mean, I'm doing the entire chain here. After doing the manifest, I said that hey, like you can do something like that, and it will automatically run like the OTA server. So I just built a version here that allows avahi, that is like Zeroconf, and I'm going to listen to myself. Okay, I'm starting like something here, and if it works out, then we will see something on the device. So just for fun, let me SSH there. I can already see that something happened, okay? And here I'm going to do run control.qota-f, and it's downloading the software file, and then it will extract it and go through like the entire process. Okay, so it will go through the entire process. Like there are tons of things like on the OTA thing itself, but the idea, and forget about the timestamps in the future, this device does not have RTC, so we need like to set a date. You will run into these kind of things also when you want to like do an apt in Ubuntu or Debian, and it will refuse to do all kind of things. So you can just make like another date and then be happy with this. You see, like this is the date. I can go and say, yeah, sure, whatever date is, I don't know, 226 1 1, but it's already rebooting, so never mind. All right. So because I really like hacked all kind of things, then the serial will not necessarily be like what we want. But here we have like the booting, and it's going to boot it, and it's going to extract the image. Before it was an MC block 1P5, and now it's going to be on P12, like after reboot. So there is a mechanism that there are definitions that say whether to do multiple update, maybe to reboot several times and then see what's going on, but that's fine. This device is not very stable. Some of the things are deliberate for people to work out in the device driver course. Some are some reminders of some things, and basically we can see here, we saw it on the emulator videos that I published, or at least I think so. We saw that it like updated itself, alright? So now we see that it's booting. We can see that Avahi daemon service is up. Forget about like this thing about, I mean, the serial device is not like the most amazing one, okay? I mean, if I move, something happens and so on. So it was closed, and you cannot put a hostname with underscore. You can put it with hyphens, but I did not do it like with this, like with dashes. So basically, if it's up, then I should be able to, I mean, I already see the graphics, right, of Western. I should be able to do something like ping, PSCG, DebOS, local, and yeah, it's working. So I can SSH it like this, and this is because I put like Avahi over there. Okay, so let me SSH to it. Yeah, sure, whatever, why not? And we can see that this is what was running here. Okay, so we have like the mechanism, the firm to have like the with the candidates and so on. These are like these devices. Okay, if I look now at like the block IDs, and the candidate will actually no longer be it will be like a system. Okay, so, or like system or double, sorry, system or double is like an overlay. So this is like the simplest of the configurations, like without overlay, so that will be like easy and nice. And if I want to do like the update again, it will try like after like a couple of seconds to get it, but it will say, hey, there's nothing new, so we're all good, and we can all be happy. So we can, there are also additional logger files, but this is easier to remember. System control, let's see, sorry, journal control -a -u OTA, and it says no need for update, which is exactly what we wanted, and it's good and it's nice, and this has worked. So if I update again, it will go now to the other bank. All right, so right now, like the bank would be now it's on 12. The retired one, the one that was before, is 5, and now I can go and get another file. Now I think the partition structure is different, but I think that I served here either Alpine or busyboxos. So let's see. I'm not sure if it was like on this terminal. Maybe not. I served something from here. Let's see where it is. Alpinos. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. It's like another image. Okay, so I'm going to serve this instead. Usually I would do the other thing. I would put like the smaller operating system, see that it works fine, that the kernel works, that some things that I won't work fine, and troubleshoot it as long as I need to troubleshoot it. And when, let's see if it already got it. It will, I mean, I can restart the service and then it will do it immediately, but I think that not too much time passed. You know what, let's do this anyway. System control restart OTA, and now it will download the file, an update is available, and then you will see that it restarts and so on. So usually I'm taking like a slimmer operating system, testing them, checking them, and then updating them. On another video, so this is much like smaller, so I mean it's much faster. Also in the flashing itself, the partition structure, I mean here is like exaggerated. We don't need all this step, but that's fine. Okay, like for illustration, for debugging, maybe I will commit it. This is how it looks. I'm doing it live, okay? But now we see also, like in Alpine OS, the updated images, the new stable image, and so on and so forth. And we can see that this is like the new distro, which is pretty nice, okay? So we saw here like the OTA, and essentially what I've done on this, let's see if it supports reboot. I mean, this AMLogic device, the original bootloader, was for 2015. So I literally put like the latest and greatest U-boot. Also, the not so latest and greatest, but the available ARM trusted firmware. And it doesn't exactly match what we have, but it's good enough. Other aftermarket projects also use that. Everybody used the same things. It came from AMLogic. There are some projects that have been reverse engineering some of them, and I was also, let's say that I have done some things around this area. So we saw here the OTA, and it's fantastic. Okay, and let's say that I'll just do here run boot command. This is like the distro boot. It runs from EMC. Everything is fine. There is a panic here, which is expected on this device, like every couple of times, and this is what will happen. But don't worry too much about it. So essentially, I will go now, and there is a reason for this, by the way, and it took so much time to actually have like something that is stable enough but known to not be stable, and so that people can work on some troubleshooting things in the courses. I did not want to do it on Raspberry Pi, but there are hints in all kind of places, and by the way, I gave like the hint when I said about like the trusted firmware. It initializes some things, and at other levels we can also initialize them, so it's actually fine. Trusted firmware has several levels in it. It doesn't necessarily say like, hey, like super security thing. It does early initialization. It can do like things like SPL would do without it, and so on and so forth. So just to show you what we're talking about, right now there should be print somewhere that says like where we're running from, but the system is 5 and the retired one is 12. So this is good, this is very nice, and that's it. I mean, so it tries to get something, but here it just doesn't have like the network available by default, so we need to do IP link set. I mean, I just hacked Alpine OS to show it, and it's usable and it's nice. So let's do DHCPC to this fellow. By the way, in your system deal with ARM, it calls it when there is Ethernet, it comes from the device tree, it calls it instead of ETH, END or something like that, 0. It's annoying. I'm actually not sure what's happened. Link set ETH 0 up. Oh, no, it's fine. It should work. And it works. So now I think I also have here with a busyboxos. This is an example of how to use like the OTA. I put it like on the updated README with it. So here we have busyboxos, I think. Yeah, so that's what I'll put next, okay? And I don't really need like the services here. I'll do like OTA update. And it's cleaning up previous stuff, and it's going to get it. It will get the download file. Now it's PSCG busybox. It will verify the update. It will unpack it. It will reboot. And after it will reboot, all those device trees are not really needed, but whatever. After it reboots, then it will now run on bank 12. Depending on how many times you told it, hey, reboot and mark that you're okay before saying that this is like the real image. So we have like a very useful use of OTA. In the BSP that I use, like ultimately there are sounds, but I just use the same things like in the emulator because it's very like visible. And now we have like something else, and let's see what we have. So add COS release, sorry, the PSCG release, and it's now busybox. And if we look like at the blocks, then voila, now we are running from block 12, and we saw like multiple uses of OTA, super useful, and that is nice and that is fine. I don't know if I will show you, I mean, I show it in the course because it's important for there, but I don't know if I'll show like how I actually create like the image itself. Those who know those like AMLogic or like Rockchip boxes, they usually have Android, and like if you want to put Linux on it, you try to avoid like messing with the recovery, definitely messing with the bootloader, because they're not supposed to be for that. But all in all, what we did here, like we got rid like of everything, including everything, put our own U-boot, and everything works just great, except for what is intended for people to meet to debug some weird, unexpected issues, which is out of the scope of this video. Surprises like in the courses where people actually work hard. I mean, there are the courses where they don't, there are courses where they do, and yeah, I mean, you need to be exposed to real life problems, not only in the injected ones. So that's all. I hope this video came out well, and I hope that it is useful.